This is Miss DeAngelis with your skills lesson. Let's take a look at what we're going to learn today. We will review the sounds with the spelling S and SS. We'll read the personal narrative in the cave, and we'll fill out a story map describing the elements of a story. And we will also read some two-syllable words. This is our spelling tree for the S sound. On the branches, you can see the spellings S, C, SS, and CE. All of these letters make the S sounds. Where do you think snake fits on our spelling tree? Ding, ding, ding. If you said the S branch, you're correct. How about the word kiss? Ding, ding, ding. If you said the SS branch, you're correct. How about the word pencil? What branch will that fit on? Ding, ding, ding. If you said the C branch, you're correct. How about the word sit? What branch does that fit on? Ding, ding, ding. If you said the S branch, you're correct. How about the word dress? Where does dress fit on our branches? Ding, ding, ding. If you said the SS branch, you're correct. Scent. On the C branch. How about the word sun? Ding, ding, ding. If you said the S branch, you're correct. How about the word cell? Where does that fit on our spelling tree? Ding, ding, ding. If you said the C branch, you're correct. And okay, last one. Where does the word song fit on our spelling tree? Ding, ding, ding. If you said the S branch, you're correct. Now let's review the writing process. Remember, first we have to plan, draft, edit. Say it with me. Plan, draft, edit. And this is our story map. This is just a quick review so you could see what it looks like, so you know what we're talking about in our lesson. We've done one of these before. You have the name of a tale, who, where, when, and the what. The tale starts with, next in the tale, and at the end of the tale. Elements of personal narratives. A personal narrative is different from a fictional story because it's not a made-up story, but it contains the same elements. Elements of a personal narrative are, it has a title, which is the name of your story. It has a setting, describing where the story takes place. It has characters, which could be a narrator, who would be you, the author. And it has a plot with the beginning, middle, and end. We'll break this down even more together. The 5 W questions. Do you remember the 5 W's? Right. We have who, what, when, where, and why. Let's repeat that together. Who, what, when, where, and why. Those are the 5 questions we have to answer in all stories to have them be connected. Who? Who means about the characters in the story. So if I have these 3 girls in my story as characters, they have names, maybe their ages, depending on what kind of story I'm writing. The what? It's about the plot of the story, the beginning, middle, and end. So you can see here, right? I have some kids running at the starting line, getting ready to race. I would have to write what happens in the middle where the arrow is. And at the end, you see them crossing the finish line. And I would have to write all the events leading up to the finish line. Where? It's about where the story takes place, the setting. So does my story take place at the park, the beach, McDonald's, Walmart, anywhere that you might be, right? Because it's a personal narrative during your story could fit here. When? About the time of the story, which is also part of the setting. Early in the morning, winter, last year, right? I have a time, so if I was writing about one time I ate lunch, I want to say I ate lunch at 12:30 one day, blah, 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 and continue from there, giving specifics. I also might want to say, if I'm having a picnic, what season it is, just so people can envision the weather. So I went for a picnic at 12:30 in June, which is during the summer. It was really, really warm outside. And then we have our why. It gives the reason for the character's actions. Why did the main character do whatever it was they did? So I showed a little girl running. She's running away from something. What is she running away from? Why would she run away from it? Is she playing tag? And I have another picture of a little girl with her mom baking. Why were they baking? Were they baking a cake for her birthday? We need to know why they were doing what they were doing. Now we're going to read the personal narrative in the cave. You have this, so you can follow along with me if you'd like, but I'm going to read it to you. Then we're going to fill out a story map together. When I went to visit with Nan, I was sad. I missed Mom and Dad, but Nan cheered me up and made things fun. Nan took me on hikes. The land I saw in the west was not at all like the land I'm used to. Where I am from, things are green in the summer and there are lots of trees. In the west, there are hills and red rocks, but not a lot of trees. In some spots, you can hike for a mile and not see one tree. Once, Nan and I were on a hike when it started to storm. Nan and I went into a cave so that we would not get wet. As we were standing there, I saw something shimmer in the dark. Nan, I said, pointing at the spot. What's that? Well, said Nan, let's have a look. We looked and saw something stuck in a crack in the rock. I grabbed it. It's a coin, I said. Well, I'll be, said Nan. I said, what sort of coin is it? Nan said, I can't tell. It looks like it could be made of silver. Then she said, I have a pal, Jack, who is an expert on coins. We can bring it to him tomorrow, and he will tell us what sort of coin it is. I dropped the coin in my pocket, and we went on with our hike. Now we're going to break down the story we just read. You need to write your name and date on the top of your paper, just like I did. I know on this paper there are not any lines, but you need to do your best to write neatly in the boxes. So the first is the name of the tale. Do you remember what the name of the tale is? If you can't, look back at your story. Right. The name of the tale was In the Cave. Who? Who were the characters in the story? Right. Kate and Nan. Where or when did this happen? Well, they were at Nan's house to start with. She lives in the West, and they ended up in a cave because they were on a hike. So there were several different places that they had went in this personal narrative, which does happen sometimes. Pause the video here if you need to continue writing. Please, please, please try your best to write neatly inside of the boxes. Now we're answering the what portion. What the tale starts with. So you should go look back in your story and see what the tale had started with. Right. Kate went to visit Nan. She missed her mom and dad, but she had fun. That was at the beginning of our story. What happened next after that in the tale? Look back at your paper. Right. One day, Nan and Kate went on a hike. They went into a cave when it started to storm. Pause the video here if you need time to write. Right. Kate saw a coin in the rock and grabbed it. Nan said they could take it to a coin expert the next day. Then they went on with the hike. Pause the video if you need time to write. This completes your skills lesson for today. Remember to send a picture of your work to your teacher. Great job, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.